Simulated sports like golf, racing and cycling are surging in popularity, driven by tech innovation and convenience, and probably a little bit of that post-lockdown stuff. Paul Spain from Gorilla Technology, he's the CEO there, joins us as he does to talk tech. Paul, good morning.
Good morning, Garth.
Tell us more about simulated sports.
Well, it seems like this is really moving forward at quite a pace. In New Zealand, of course, it's winter, so having other options for how you get your exercise and play your sport seems to be working quite well. Last night, I popped down to a place in Three Kings in Auckland called the Range 24/7. They've just been open a couple of weeks, but you can get in there and practice your golf swing and so on virtual courses. That time of night, it was virtually completely full, and it's a 24/7 thing. So they're selling these reasonably low-cost memberships, and people are going in there and practicing their golf at a time that they wouldn't be able to be out on the golf course, or they're turning up with mates and just having a social game. So that's one area seems to be growing quite quickly internationally.
The mind boggles. I mean, they've even had tournaments, haven't they, with sort of virtual players? Or is that where we're heading with this? You could sort of tee off with, I don't know, Greg Norman one day or something like that.
Well, yeah, that's the possibility, right?
Young Tiger, old Tiger.
And you get to play in a range of scenarios that would not happen in the real world. So yeah, it adds another dimension. And in South Korea now we see that that's more popular than normal golf for varying reasons, and apparently there's many times more of these golfing sims than there are Starbucks in South Korea now, something like 5 times. So these things are popping up everywhere, and now New Zealand's catching that bug too. Yeah,
and I think as I mentioned, I know people who got into the Zwift trend or the Peloton or any of those other kind of home trainers and following along with the Tour de France during lockdown, and maybe have sort of stuck with that now. It's always been a sort of a tricky choice. How do you train through a winter if you want to maintain that intensity?
Yeah.
Is that where we're seeing this? What sort of a market are we talking about?
Yeah, well, that's growing. I think the overall sports tech market, they're talking about that over the next 5 years globally, surpassing over $100 billion. The virtual cycling, as you say, that's another area that's growing, and there's a range of options. So one of the apps I've been using is called My Whoosh, and costs nothing for the subscription. So as long as you've got the trainer and you've got something that you can connect to, be it a phone or an Apple TV, and then away you go. So I'm getting out on my bike in winter in varying parts of the world, and staying reasonably warm.
I'm just trying to think what other sports we could be, what are we missing out on here? Is there rock climbing? That one's a bit tricky to try and simulate at home. Are there thoughts about what else is coming?
Yeah, I mean, there's lots, because with the virtual reality headsets, you can kind of do anything you like. Les Mills have got their VR app, so you can go in and support New Zealand, but they're taking that globally. And then there's the sim racing. So I was speaking to a racing driver yesterday, and his comment was, hey, it saves them $1,000 a day to be, driving the sim compared to what it costs to get out on the track. And of course, it's open to anybody. So
no road user charges.
No road user charges.
Paul Spain, thank you very much. That's Paul Spain from Gorilla Technology.